Jürgen Klopp's name is once again echoing powerfully through the corridors of English football, and more specifically, in the north of England. The legendary former Liverpool manager, who stepped down in 2024 after a golden, unforgettable era, is now being linked with a potential move to Leeds United. The spark for this speculation came from none other than Roberto Firmino, one of the great symbols of the Klopp era at Anfield, who revealed his firm belief that the German is ready to return to the pitch. And of course, that one statement was enough to reignite curiosity, hope, and speculation, something English football knows how to fuel like few others. Klopp, who spent nearly a decade at the helm of the Reds, is far more than just a manager for Liverpool supporters. He's a mythical figure. Under his leadership, the club was reborn, winning the Premier League, the Champions League, the Club World Cup, and above all, restoring the pride of a fan base that longed for those magical European nights. His departure in 2024 was marked by tears, applause, and deep gratitude. And even today, every time his name is mentioned, it stirs a mixture of nostalgia and reverence. Yet, even away from the touchline, Klopp has never completely cut ties with football. He currently holds two significant roles, one as global head of football for the Red Bull Group, overseeing the clubs tied to the brand, and another as an advisor to the German Football League, DFL, helping to develop young talent. But here's where things get interesting. The Red Bull Group, albeit discreetly, holds a minority stake in Leeds United, acquired in the summer of 2024 through 49ers Enterprises. That link, however distant it might seem, was enough to fuel rumours that Klopp could eventually be the right man to guide Leeds into a new chapter. After all, the club, having returned to the Premier League, is facing a turbulent period, flirting dangerously with the relegation zone, while manager Daniel Farke finds himself under growing pressure. The tipping point came after a disastrous 3-0 defeat to Brighton, a match in which Leeds appeared completely lost. The loss not only extended their winless run away from home, but also raised serious questions about Farke's ability to keep the team competitive. Then, like a spark in a powder keg, Firmino's interview with FlashScore hit the headlines. The Brazilian, now 35 and filled with nostalgia for his Anfield days, stated bluntly, "He was the best manager I ever had. The memories I have of him are incredible. I learned so much from him, and I believe he will return to football." Firmino went further, saying he believes Klopp is merely taking a break, recharging his energy, and that a comeback is only a matter of time. That was all the British media needed to dive headfirst into speculation, especially considering the indirect connection between Klopp and the group now investing in Leeds. Could this be the bridge that would bring the German back to England, even if at a different club? However, Klopp's own recent comments suggest that such a move is highly unlikely. In a long and heartfelt interview on the Diary of a CEO podcast, the manager made it clear that his emotional bond with Liverpool runs so deep that he would never coach another English team. He said, "I'll never manage another club in England, so if I ever come back, it can only be Liverpool," he stated with his trademark calm smile. He didn't completely rule out a return to the dugout, but hinted that it would only happen if his heart truly led him there.
At 58, Klopp seems to be savouring the rare luxury of life without the daily pressure of elite football. "I don't miss standing in the rain for 3 hours, nor the endless interviews or the weekly press conferences," he admitted. "But I do miss the laughter, the talks, the energy inside the dressing room." He even mentioned that he can still hear Virgil van Dijk's laughter echoing in his mind, a reminder of the kind of human bond he built at Liverpool. Still, Klopp is not entirely disconnected from Leeds. Daniel Farke himself revealed that he maintains regular contact with the German, describing him as an always available advisor. In a recent interview, Farke explained that despite receiving investment from Red Bull, Leeds remains an independent club with its own philosophy and management. "We have a strategic partner, not a controller," the coach explained. "But if I ever need advice, Klopp is always there, 24 hours a day." That small detail reveals something intriguing. Even without being officially involved at Leeds, Klopp continues to exert indirect influence over the club, whether through Red Bull's network or his personal friendship with Farke. And it's precisely this quiet shadow that keeps the speculation alive. Meanwhile, Leeds faces a practical dilemma. The defeat to Brighton left the team on the brink of a crisis, and Farke must rethink his lineup for the next fixture against Nottingham Forest. 5 players could lose their places, and the board has started to reassess the performances of their summer signings. Some have yet to deliver what was expected, and the club is already considering reinforcements for January. The transfer market is a story in itself. Leeds have recently been linked with players such as Ross Barkley, currently at Aston Villa, and Piotr Zielinski, the Napoli midfielder. The interest is genuine, but the financial limitations imposed by the Profitability and Sustainability Rules, PSR, could restrict the club's movements. Should they free up space on the wage bill, Leeds are expected to prioritise creative players with Premier League experience, something their current squad clearly lacks. Yet deep down, what truly fascinates the public in this story isn't just Leeds or Farke, it's Klopp's aura. The German has become an almost mythical figure in modern football, a coach who combines charisma, intensity, and humanity in a way few others can. When he speaks, the football world listens, and when he's silent, the world speculates. Even if the odds of seeing him in charge of Leeds are slim, the mere idea is irresistibly intriguing. After all, it would be fascinating to imagine the man who revolutionized Liverpool attempting to revive another sleeping giant from the north. It would be like watching a maestro take the stage again, with a new orchestra, a new sound, and perhaps a new revolution. For now, Klopp remains calm, observing the game from afar and choosing his next steps carefully. But as he himself once said, you can't predict the future. And in football, where passions shift in a matter of weeks, promises and nevers can quickly dissolve in the face of the right offer and a new challenge. While Arne Slot continues firmly at the helm of Liverpool in 2025, building his own story after Klopp's reign, the Reds' faithful watch from afar as this new chapter unfolds around their former leader. Some hope he never joins an English rival, others simply dream of seeing him one day return to Anfield, even if only to wave to the crowd and once again hear the echo of "You'll never walk alone," welcoming him home. In the end, perhaps that's what truly defines Jürgen Klopp, a man who didn't just manage a football club, but transformed a collective feeling into something eternal. And it's precisely that magic that keeps the world wondering, even after his departure, will he ever return?